especially J3 did on Dom. I know he ends up with 17, but I think he probably had 5 on J3. And we ran their shooters off the line pretty good. That was a really, really confident, well-coached, and tough physical team. I was very impressed with South Dakota State live. And, you know, they're one of those teams that came in here on a roll. You could tell the way they were shooting it. So really proud to get through this first one, and now excited to move on.
Okay, questions for our student athletes. We'll begin right here.
Sports Exchange. Towards the end of the first half, you held South Dakota State to a single field goal over about the final 7:44 before halftime. How critical was that stretch, that defensive stretch, for your offense going into the second half?
Okay. It was big for us. Something we work on every day. The coaches always preach defense travels, and our shots weren't falling in the first half, but that last couple stretches where Nigel got a steal, I was fortunate enough to get a steal, and our bigs just protected us with their rim protection, just helped us a ton.
Eddie Pels from AP. Jonathan, it was impressive what you did on Dom. I was just wondering what that experience was like and what he was like compared to maybe other guys you've had to hold this year.
Well, it was pretty tough to guard, but during my redshirt year, I was able to guard Kyle Witcher, which is like Kyle can really shoot the ball and also drive it too, and that prepared me for Dom, you know, and we did a good starting rapport on Dom, and it was pretty hard to guard him, but I was just able to just move my feet and make good closeout and just make it tough for him. But he's a great player, so.
Zach, what was the Andy Colbert, Brookings Register, the atmosphere in your locker room at halftime? How different was it from other games this year?
It wasn't too different. I mean, when we come into halftime, we're really confident, no matter what happens in the first half. And this half, I think we were just defensively, we were pretty satisfied. But we just knew the shots that we took in the first half, they're shots we've taken all year, and there's shots that go in. So we weren't worried about that, and we were just really confident to come out and do some different things on the offensive end and exploit their defense in the ways that we saw in the first half. So we were just really confident.
All right. Okay, any more questions for our student athletes? Oh, you have one right here? Hold on.
Talk about what they did defensively to start out that game and how they got into the lane and made you guys take those outside shots.
Yeah, it was something we hadn't seen before, but I mean, we watched it on film. Just a matter of making shots. They like to sit in the paint and immediately bring a hard, what we call it a red when we entry in the post. They just send the guard down. Worked on cutting the stunner and just getting ball movement out of it. It took us a couple minutes to figure it out, but once we did, just basketball again. So we have a bunch of guys who can make plays, and we did that in the second half.
Okay, any more questions for our student athletes? Okay, we'll excuse them. Congratulations, gentlemen.
That was easy.
And now we'll open up the floor for questions for Coach Few.
Coach, I think you and every coach has said at one time or another that seeds don't really matter, but just you've been everywhere in this tournament. Was that a 16 seed you played, at least for the first 30 minutes?
No, but I'm just telling you, I mean, it's the extremes are scooting closer to the mean year in and year out of this thing. I think when you look at statistically all these things, well, you know, a 1 seed did this, that might have been back, you know, in the day a little bit. If you look just how close these games have been, and I watched them last year, the 116 game, and now the thing that impressed me about those guys is they were really organized. They have an elite level player that could, you know, get 30 on anybody in this tournament, literally anybody. And then the toughness, they're physically tough. I mean, we got to that first time out, and I was like, all right, this is going to be a war. And so I was very impressed with them. And that's a team that, I don't know what happened to him at the start of the year. Sometimes it takes a while to figure things out, and he definitely got his right lineup and got his guys in the right roles, and they were a confident, physical bunch. That 116 game is, somebody else can have that from here on out. I've served my time in it, okay? I'll go ahead and land somewhere else. I'll explain that to the committee next year.
Mark Ovenden from KDLT in Sioux Falls. You talked about the toughness of South Dakota State, and they led you with, I think it was 22-19.
Yeah.
But it seemed like your size made all the difference. It really looked like they were looking to get shots blocked.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think everybody's always over the years, focused on Gonzaga's offense, and we've been an elite program offensively for years. This team's been great defensively all year, and what it's had elite level rim protection and size. I mean, Karnowski's big; he's great around the rim. Jonathan Williams is probably the key to our whole offense because we can put him on a guy like Dom, and he can move his feet, he can switch onto the perimeters, he can do all those things. We're in the process of growing Collins in that role, and so when you have two guys like that can switch out on the perimeter, and they're so dangerous. We even had Karnowski switching out there, but I think they've found some success early with their guards bouncing it down. They have physical guards that will like to post up, and we adjusted to that. I think our guards toughened up after the half, and then like I said, I thought we did a great job on Dom and Tellinghausen. I mean, he's a dangerous shooter, and for him to go 2 for 12 and 1 for 10 is really good defense.
Okay, right down here.
Hey, Coach. Jeff McAdam, Fox 13 News, local. Doing a bit of a feature story today on Jesse Wade. Him coming on next year.
Yeah. We could have used Jesse today. I mean, he can bang in threes from 30 feet, and a confident kid, and he's just now coming off this mission here in about a month, and we think he's going to be a really, really good player for us.
Yeah, I spent the day with his dad and his brother watching the game, and obviously playing a chance to play in your hometown city. It would have all been great this year, but I can tell that they're very proud of what he's doing, and they're hoping that it'll come together next year as well. Do you think, obviously you guys are excited to have him, I guess?
Yeah, just like I said, I think he's a wonderful, wonderful kid with unbelievable leadership qualities, and obviously of the highest character, but he can play. He can shoot. He can create. He's confident, and he was in our camp as a sophomore, and he caught my eye with his ball screen reads. We're very excited to have him.
Okay, right down over here.
Hey, Coach. RJ Abadia, rushthecourt.net. Zach said you guys weren't really concerned with the offense in the first half just because he felt you guys were getting good looks. Was that pretty much your assessment as well, or is there anything that concerned you about the slow start offensively? We're a really, really good shooting team, especially all year from the 3 line, and obviously our offensive efficiency has been off the charts. But yeah, we had bigs missing bunnies. We had guards with just wide open. They chose kind of to insult us and not guard us, which was, that turned out to be a good plan. I wouldn't recommend it against us because, usually, Perkins can shoot. He's shooting over 40 from 3, and Nigel is up there in the high 30s. Silas is up around 40. It's scary to do that. Jordan Matthews, obviously, he can make them. So, but I think, 116, first game, brand new balls, pumped up with way too much air. It was, I don't know. So, but no, we just talked. We changed our schemes a little bit, where to put our bigs and what to do, and we're able to find some success there, and we found some success in transition too, which is kind of who we are also.
Any more questions for Coach Field? Okay, right over here.
Coach Sean Walker, KSL Salt Lake City. You talked about Williams defensively, how good he was and everything. He also had a couple big energy plays on the other end, a couple big dunks,
Yep.
a couple big blocks in the second half. Just how big was that to kind of loosen up the team and lighten the load a little bit to pull away there?
You know, that's a great call. I mean, we talked a long time about celebrating plays and being excited. Sometimes, you know, you're a favorite in these games, and you forget the game's meant to be fun. And, you know, J3 is one of those guys that he does get the rest of the guys excited and gets us going. And you know, we're at our best when we play with emotion. You look back at all our really, really good games this year, it's when we've been high emotion and high energy, and obviously plays like that help.
Any more questions for Coach Field? Okay,
All
Coach,
right,
congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, you got it.
So instead of number 3, Howell, number 50, Orris. Okay. Once again, a reminder, we have microphones, so when we do have to bring the microphone to you, please identify yourself by name and affiliation. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Otzelberger and then open up to questions for the student athletes.
First of all, I'm really proud of our team. I thought that we talked a lot this week about the competitive spirit that we needed to have and come out in this game, and I think our guys showed a lot of character in how they competed from start to finish. Gonzaga's an outstanding basketball team. We have tremendous respect for them, and they did a great job tonight. They're a really good team, and but more than what these stats say and more than what the win or the loss says, I just can't say enough how proud I am of our group and how they've competed the last month and a half of the season and into that game, through that game today.
Okay, questions for our student athletes? Right here.
This would be for Mike. I'm not going to leave you out, Michael. I'll ask you one later, but this is for Mike and Reed. Could you talk about what this stretch run has meant to you guys and what it would mean to both of you as a team moving forward into next year?
It meant the most to us. You know, we've obviously been through a lot of ups and downs this season, but the resiliency of this team is off the charts, and just how we stuck together. It just makes that stretch a really special for us, really emotional for us as we go through it.
I mean, yeah, feeding off what he said, when you go through adversity with guys like you have on your team, Michael, Mike, all those guys, all my teammates are great guys. I mean, it just means a lot. And, you know, we build such close relationships fighting through that stuff, and, you know, we're going to carry those relationships throughout our whole lives.
Matt Zimmer, Argus leader. Reed, the offensive numbers, how much of it was you guys missing some shots you'd like to have? How much of it was their defense?
I mean, Gonzaga is a great defensive team. I mean, I shot 1 for 10 from 3 tonight, and that's not good at all. So, you know, I mean, obviously you got to give them credit. They held us to 31% the whole game, and that's got to be close to the lowest we've been held all year. So, you know, you just got to give credit where credit's due. They did a great job tonight.
Okay, right over here.
David Brown, Midcoast Sports. Mike, they didn't take their first lead till late in the first half. What was working defensively for you guys early on and into the latter portion of that first half?
We were doing a really good job of just kind of packing it in and forcing them to shoot the three-pointers that they probably didn't want to shoot. You know, we got them late in the shot clock, and we kind of got them to a point where they just kind of had to hoist something up. And then our defensive rebounding was really good at that time. We were able to get a good push out on the offensive end, too, coming from those defensive rebounds.
Okay, right down here.
I had one for Michael and one for Mike, interchangeable, but you guys were up by 6, 8 points in the first half. Were you ever wondering, like, why aren't we up by 18? Because it looked like you were kind of controlling things. And then for Mike, I wanted to know, you had Williams on you most of the game. Just what was that experience?
Yeah, I mean, we came out strong. Did exactly what we wanted to do, executed offensively and defensively, defensively especially. It did feel like we had a bigger lead at a lot of points in that game, like you said, but you know, we just kept fighting, and we didn't go to halftime with that lead that we wanted, but we knew we were right there, and if we just kept executing the game plan, we'd be all right. But credit to them, they hit shots down the stretch and got some stops, and you know, they're a good team.
Right over here. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, with Williams guarding me, you know, we kind of had a feeling that they were going to put him on me instead of Karnensky. I mean, it was different. I mean, it really wasn't different. I've seen all different types of defense this year, so just the offensive just tried to keep me on the move around. I just tried to get open as much as I could.
Okay, now right here.
Michael, as a senior, what did this whole thing mean to you? Because this was your last chance to get to the big dance, and you guys got here. It had to be pretty incredible.
Yeah, it means the world to me. I mean, it's exactly what me and Coach TJ talked about the first time we talked, and exactly what I wanted for my life and for my last season. And to achieve it, you know, with these guys and the group that we have of coaches and players around me, it's unbelievable, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Okay, right in the back. Right.
Michael, Andy Colbert, correspondent for Brookings Register, but I'm from the DeKalb area. And just curious, as you end your career, your time you spent with South Dakota State relative to your other stops? It seemed like you have such a family atmosphere with this team, comparatively speaking.
Yeah. I think this team doesn't match up with anyone I've been a part of, quite honestly. And it doesn't even come close. And they were good guys. I have lifelong friends from both stops that I went to. But these guys and what we did this year and the bond that we have is something incredibly special that you just don't see in college basketball very often.
And the far back.
For Mike Dom. Dom, you get to the line only 2 times. As a team, they only shoot 11. Obviously, the referees don't factor in, but did you feel like the game was maybe called different than it is in the Summit League, and you didn't get some of the calls that you get in the regular season?
I mean, it was probably a little more physical, but we were prepared for that. And, you can never complain about the refs. It comes down to just how hard your team plays, how hard you rebound. So no complaints there. They did their job, and we just tried to get through it no matter what.
Okay, we have time for a couple more questions for our student athletes right there.
This would be for Reed and Mike both. Is this just one of those games where you guys, you had a great game plan, clearly. Your defense was almost like the perfect storm. You held Gonzaga to 66 points. That's a game you could have won. How frustrating is it just to have not made shots? Because that's pretty much what it boiled down to.
Yeah, it really did boil down to that. And, like I said before, you got to give credit where credit's due. They had hands up every time we were taking shots, and they did a good job being physical with us and not letting us have open cuts and stuff like that. So just give them credit to them. They did a great job tonight.
I pretty much just have to say the same thing as Reed. They did a good job on defense. They made shots when they needed to make shots. They got boards when they needed to get boards. So credit to them.
More questions for our student athletes? Okay. We will excuse them. Congratulations on your season.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck, Coach. Thanks, man.
And now we will entertain questions for Coach Otzelberger.
TJ, fair to say Gonzaga just is able to kind of do some things physically that the teams you face in the Summit League can't, just as far as seem like a lot of times trying to get passes into the post, they're just a little bit longer, a little bit quicker, and your guys maybe did the same things that they did before, they just couldn't get away with it against a team like this.
Yeah, there's a reason why I think by all the analytic measures, they're the second best defensive team in the country, and they have great length. They have great athleticism. They have physical size. They really do a great job protecting the rim and guarding the three-point line. So they make it really tough on you. I thought they, defensively being in that game and us trying to score against them, and we definitely felt like that presence was there from start to finish.
Coach, Dom hit a dagger, 3-point dagger, 22-19, silenced the crowd. And then the next 6 possessions for you folks, turnover, missed shot, 2 missed free throws, turnover, missed shot, shot clock violation, halftime. Could you talk about that period, how critical it was for the final outcome?
You think we can rewind and get a do-over on that period first? We knew, we talked about at some point they were going to go on a run, and we didn't want to make that or have that be because of what we had did. We knew they were a very good team. At some point they were going to get going in transition, and we didn't want to cause our shot selection or turnovers to help ignite that for them. So, again, obviously at the free throw line, we've been a team that's cashed in all year. We weren't able to be successful that way, and tried to use timeouts and manufacture there because we kind of felt that they had a little bit of a push right before half. But again, hats off to them. They're a phenomenal team, very well-coached team, and we knew at some point they were going to have runs, and we need to do the best we can to neutralize them.
TJ, how big is this, coming from where you were a couple of months ago to here, and granted, not happy with the loss, but you made it to the big dance. Moving forward with this program and with this team, most of the guys coming back, how important is the whole experience?
I think it's huge. I mean, when you look at it's sad to say goodbye to our seniors in that locker room, but when you talk about this year's team, for me, obviously it's my first season as a head coach, so it'll always be special. But even more than that, basketball games are important, but the life lessons at that group, what they learned, the character that they showed, how they can bind together as a team when their back was against the wall, what they've done moving forward as a group, and then the fight that they showed out there. To me, it's the most remarkable team I've been around in terms of togetherness, competitive spirit, and I can't say enough about the pride I take in coaching those young men and what South Dakota State basketball stands for today. And as we move forward, it's something really special, and it's an honor to be a part of it.
Right there.
TJ, you mentioned yesterday no moral victories, but you held Gonzaga to its second lowest point total of the season. It seems like Dom held his own against Karnowski. What about the defensive effort impressed you the most? Just because it seemed like, they had trouble all game long, even though they ended up winning by 20.
For the most part, when we were able to get better shots and we got our defense set in transition, we were able to be successful. I think our guys were really stubborn and sticking with the game plan that we had employed. Obviously, they're a huge team physically, and you've got to figure out how do you want to protect the paint. I thought the focus that our guys showed was critical. I also thought there's something about sports where you just have a look in your eye and you look at your opponent and say, you're going to be in for a fight tonight. And I think our guys did that from start to finish. And, we can talk about the numbers. Our SID, Andrew Song in the back, was filling me in on, this is the one of 2 times they've been under 40% from the field, one of 2 times they've been under 70 points, lowest assist number they've had. But those numbers don't matter, and you can't measure the heart that our guys showed to compete out there. Those numbers don't do that justice.
Coach, Eddie Pels from AP, along the same lines with as well as you did play for the first 15 minutes, were you surprised to look up at the board? And, I guess if you played that well, normally you'd be up by a ton.
Yeah, we needed to cash in on a few more of those opportunities. We kind of controlled the tempo and the flow of the game, and there was a couple possessions we probably didn't get the best shot at a time we needed it, and then there were some plays that we just didn't finish at times. So, you felt like in the game that we had a little bit of a cushion, and then that quickly went away. So, yeah, we would have liked to try to create a little more separation and put some pressure on them, but they did an unbelievable job continuing to adjust and adapt through the course of the game and try to prevent us from doing that as well.
TJ, this was probably kind of a litmus test for Mike, just as far as going up against some elite big men and finding out sort of how he stacks up. What do you think he learned from this game? How do you think he held up, and what do you think he can take from it going forward?
Mike's been a player that through his career, his recruiting story's been well documented, that he was under the radar, obviously red shirts, and then what we've seen from Mike over a period of time is how he continues to improve and grow and add so much to his game. And sometimes the phenomenal performances we have, we forget he's just a sophomore. And for me, to be around him each day, I watched a tremendous amount of film from last year to see what he could do, and he's continued to take steps forward in his arsenal and what he has offensively. Obviously, today wasn't his best game. Certainly, their length, athleticism, and physicality had something to do with that. But what I know about Mike Dom is that how he was raised is he rolls up his sleeves every day and he comes to work and he wants to get better and he gets lost in the process. And I know that he'll continue to do that as we move forward and continue to build on this. So just really excited about his future.
Coach Few used the term in the second half, elite level rim protection. And I think at halftime, Coach, you felt someone like a Charles Howe was poised for a big game in the second half. And maybe talk about, there were so many layups, it seemed like, in the second half that, do you believe that rim protection that Coach Few talked about really, really disrupted shots that appeared to be somewhat easy?
Yeah, absolutely. They have phenomenal rim protection. And, on the perimeter, they were switching so many screens and try to get us out of rhythm. So we talked at halftime. Essentially, what they were going to make us do is challenge them at the rim, and we were going to need to finish plays. And they do have elite rim protection. Across the board from Williams, Karnowski, Collins, and Tilly, all those guys have tremendous size and athleticism. Was happy with how we attacked them, and we got in there, and we had opportunities to finish plays. Unfortunately, we didn't convert, but as they adjusted and the game went on, we knew that they were really guarding that three-point line, and they were not going to give us any easy looks from out there, so we're going to have to try to get to the paint and finish. Unfortunately, we weren't able to finish more plays because they are such a great defensive team.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your
Appreciate it.
season.